Alrighty. It's been a minute since we've recorded. I haven't drank pretty much any alcohol since. I've had to purge it from my body.
Hell yeah.
He went on the necromancer retreat I went on. He blasted his liver right into the sun, and now the necromancer is reconstituting it within his body as we speak.
Hello and welcome back to Wanderful, a somewhat D&D podcast. I'm your lovely DM Tyler, and I'm joined by the three goodest boys who doth gotten their revenge, or stopped the revengering on them. Kyle, Matt, and Jeremy. Say hello, three goodest boys who doth got their revenge and done their revengering on Silver Pile, guys.
Do you think we're paying our necromancers enough? They do a lot for us.
They say revenge is a dish best served.
They didn't do a great job. My brain don't work.
You know, they say revenge is a dish best served cold, but what if revenge was served sad?
What if it was served with a side of ice cream?
That sounds like a 2011 Jaden Smith tweet.
Oh my god!
And I'm here for it.
I was about to say
it's best served sad. That absolutely.
Absolutely.
Or a new anime title.
Jaden D. Smith.
A new anime title.
Dude,
that time I got
like the translation. Like, why do I pick up girls in a dungeon? It's like
that time I got reincarnated as a sad boy.
Kyle, there he is. Okay. I was just saying you disappeared into the
fourth dimension,
into the weave.
Oh God!
All right. The last episode of Wanderful Proper that you all will have listened to kind of ended up being like part Wanderful Proper, part Tavern Talks. We just really needed a good sesh to discuss what our next steps are, what the plan is. And it's been about a month since we recorded that. Y'all haven't gotten the chance to listen to because y'all are listening before it comes out. But we have just set off for Thandor. We left the fuckboys behind. We kind of Gareth had the idea, and unless any of you object, we don't need to play it out, but Gareth had the idea of leaving one of the Wanderphones with them, so we could sort of get a hold of them in the future for help if needed. Does anyone have a problem with that?
No. I could leave mine.
Yeah.
Okay. Leave Carveth's. I'm writing it down because we're always struggling to remember who has phones. But yeah, so Gareth, I think y'all could tell, Bon, you especially can tell, that he is sort of, been very locked in since hearing about this potential war brewing.
Right.
I think his mind is very busy. He doesn't seem like stressed or anything necessarily. He just is like, okay, I think
I would like sidle up beside him and just like lock my fingers with his and kind of like, I'm not telling him to chill out because he's doing some stuff in his brain, but I'm like, hey, grounding you real quick.
Yeah.
It's been a lot.
And
it's been a fucking
he accepts
day.
That for sure. Happily accepts.
I think I don't know. I feel like after all that's done, there's like an awkwardness in the air of like not so much we don't know what to say. It's just like the thing they've been fucking pursuing and we've kind of been half pursuing it's done. It's wrapped up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
that part of that chapter of this story is concluded, and that is a bizarre feeling to feel for sure.
Like some closure, but not enough.
Yeah, partial closure, but But luckily, the three of you at least, and by proxy them, have lots to look forward to.
Oh yes. Can't rest right now. No rest for the revenge starved.
Yes. So the five of you head back to Thandor. You make your way back out the way you came. The boys do show you a path back up because if you remember, y'all fell through the ground because of the Ankegs. So they sort of showed you the path back out that way, and you exit through the old Wizards clan and through the village.
I just want to say I did collect the cool rock for my brother. I'm not going to be that guy.
I
pick up the cool rock.
I assumed I got all my magic items
good.
back.
Yeah, I think after the fight they kind of returned to where they belonged to be.
Good.
But I appreciate you.
Yes,
of course,
fair.
Yes. That's the only thing I was like, I got to remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we pass by any skeletons on the way back up? Any
Piles
No, because
of
I think you
bones,
murdered them
piles
all.
of stones.
If I remember correctly, y'all killed all the skeletons or threw them down a big hole.
Yes, we made them go down a hole, I think, too.
Yes, and y'all, if you remember, you threw them all on top of Alandi, who
Yeah.
had
That was so
kind
fun.
of
Yes.
caught
Yeah.
himself.
that's right.
It's all right.
That was very funny.
But yeah, you make your way through there and back out into the Forlorn Forest, where it seems notably less affected by spookiness now that the presence has more or less been excised from the area by the lot of you.
It's less scary now, just back to its regular sad.
Yeah, it's regular wood scary. It's regular, like, lost lover scary, but now it's not like skeleton and monster scary. But the trip back is easy, which it isn't a long trip, as you remember. The forest wasn't very far outside of Thandor. But as you arrive into town, you all sort of notice, I'm not going to make you roll for a check or anything, but you all sort of notice that Thandor seems relatively empty. Like there's a handful of people around, but you notice a lot of the businesses look closed, and there are just very few people around. What do you all do with that? You can approach the nearest person and ask if something's weird going on. It is, I should say, like early morning, not like crazy early morning, but like you would think businesses would be open by now. And
what's the kind of vibe? Like, what's the vibe there?
It just feels like weirdly empty. Not like it doesn't seem
Not,
like
like,
anything's
creepy
wrong.
Yeah.
Like nothing looks like anything's like been like attacked or anything like that. It's just like people aren't where they normally are.
Yeah.
I guess we should, like, I would think Flavor Town? Should we maybe go
So Flavor Town is empty as well and closed.
No Sadie?
Well, I mean, it just looks like they haven't opened today,
but
or they're closed today for some reason.
Listen, I'm gonna DM. Why don't you take a back seat? It can be closed all at once. We're J3B, all right. We can stroll into closed.
Fair.
We can stroll into closed Flavor Town, all right. We're not going
Do
into
you have a
strangers
key
zone.
to Flavor Town?
I feel like I would. I have a gang in there.
I was gonna say I do have a key. It's called my brother can pick the lock, and we can explain later.
I'll give you that. No, I'll give you that. I think it makes sense that Alandi would.
Carveth
a key to Flavor
I
Town.
will clarify. I will say, Alandi is not going to do Sadie dirty. If she did not give him a key, he will not break into her
No,
place.
I think
not
that
because
tracks.
he can't, but because he should.
Yeah.
I guess
I think that tracks that you would have a key.
Yeah.
I can see how that's a complete invasion of someone's privacy. I fully get it. I just
but-
mean to say,
For sure.
Yeah.
that was more from a worried perspective.
No,
I don't.
Either way, I got a key.
Yeah.
And
Let's-
even
let's
if I
get
don't,
Can I knock on the door first?
Jamiroquai definitely would.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Jamiroquai
Sadie.
1,000% has a
Yeah.
key. I forgot Jamiroquai
Yeah,
is with you all.
Jamiroquai is with
okay.
us. Yeah.
Yeah,
we
so
have
let's
a
He
key.
has
Run
been
it
like
back.
part of like partially leading the game while y'all
Yeah.
were in
Right.
space.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
There's just no way.
Did I do? Wait, you said we didn't have to do a perception check. Did we see random people just walking about at all?
Yeah, there's random people people around.
We know we're gonna go to Flavor Town. We've got a key, sure. Excuse me, person. Pardon?
Yeah, you approach a what appears to be a sort of like sexy goblin, sort of a Lady of the Night vibe. Kind of like they're still out and about, but Thandor, as far as y'all know, doesn't have any like archaic purity laws or any of that, so it's not out of place.
No,
It's
for
just,
sure, yeah.
it's who you
Sex work is real
approach.
work,
and
okay? You
he's
don't
like,
have to
what can I do
explain
for
it to us."
y'all?
Oh, hello, milady, and he gives a curtsy and he flashes his persuasion panties a little bit.
And she curtsies as well, and you could see her dirty brown panties.
Oh no!
No. This is Bond's people because
Not like shit stain, but I mean, there's probably a shit stain
Canonically, since childhood, Bond has hung out with
Carveth
derelicts
throws
in
up a
bars,
little bit.
Yeah.
playing his thing. So this is fully his people. Well,
Yeah.
What's the haps, baby? What's going on? Why is the city not shaking and moving this morning?
Oh man, everybody's done gathered at the ceremony hall they just done finished building.
Oh, ceremony.
So you would all remember that upon first entering Thandor, you noticed that Thandor was kind of a city on the rise. The palace area was still being under construction.
That is true.
And
a stadium has since been built since we've gone there first.
Yeah. Well, it more or less seems like it has been finished since.
So do you know the Haps? Why aren't you hanging out there? You still trying to drum up some early morning business?
No, I just don't really, hang with all the rich types, the fancy types. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't really mess with all that.
Well, if you could keep your wits about you, keep doing your work. You're honest, good, hardworking work. And he passes her some gold. I got like 5 gold. I'll just chop.
Yeah, and she takes it and she says thank you and flashes you her tits.
Oh
and
shit!
Hey,
and Bond does
kind of surprisingly nice.
No,
damn.
Bond does the same, birthmark in his tits, and he kind of like squeezes them together a little bit. This was a pleasure meeting you. Stay safe out here. There's some dark times ahead for all of us.
Hey, if you ever want a piece of old Tiffany Lynn, just come on down to the Bang Shack.
Oh no, thank you, Tiffany. I'm very gay.
After they both flashed each other, Alandi is trying to fit in, so he like starts to slowly raise his shirt.
Please,
and
no.
Hey,
no, you're a good cop, okay? You keep your clothes on, pretty boy. You only take your clothes off for the right one. And he just kind of gives Alandi a soft pat on the cheek. My sweet, naive.
It's the sweetest thing Alandi has ever heard. It's so sweet.
No, yeah, Bond knows he hangs out with the despots and the rest and the scoundrels. He's not trying to get his brothers dirty. That's his bag. He lived in a sewer in space.
By choice.
By choice.
Well, hey, neither here nor there.
It was somewhere.
How one ends up in a sewer, no one knows.
In space. Can't stress that part enough.
Speaking of, really quick, while we're here,
poop went. Did they just ship it out to space?
Yeah, they fully Dave Matthews'd an alien race, and now they hate them.
I will go ahead and say, because, sorry, Jeremy, I'll just really quick. Y'all noticed that Thandor has not, or Duradera has not returned
so
to
literally, Tyler,
you would have seen that.
What I was about to say is Alandi was going to hop on the phone and try to connect with bees. Because that would give him a range of like how close they were.
I was also, too... I didn't have message, but whenever we get a chance to rest, I can change up some of my spells, and I was going to try to get something to get in contact with Twist and see how things are going.
Oh,
interesting.
I think we would have had a night of rest.
Rolls really
correct?
Quick. That's
because
y'all had a full rest.
Yeah.
Oh, good, sick. Then I'm going to change.
Yeah, because it was. I remember it was like it was.
I
more
told
than
you on the
one
last
day,
episode to go ahead and do it, but
no, you probably did.
But y'all didn't listen.
Whatever, dude. Shut up. You shut up.
Okay, so Jeremy, you're gonna try to call the phone and see if they're like closer in range.
Yeah, just to see if they're within range.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh,
they're not in range. You don't receive anything.
That's fair.
What the fuck is the name of the spell? You know what spell.
And the main reason I was rolling because I haven't put a hard decision on some of those kinds of things yet.
Yeah.
Because I kind of want it to make sense, Like there's points where I'm like, they have to have been back by this happening. But
No, you're good.
That's so silly.
Thanks. I'm a little silly guy.
What a silly whimsical chapter.
So is the plan to go check out the ceremony hall, or what is the plan?
Yeah,
I think we just
so.
go to the
I
ceremony
think we would
hall.
head that way. I mean, do you want to maybe stop by the Flavor Town just to see if Sadie might not have also gone, just in case? Like, if there's a few people milling about, chances are Sadie was like gonna prep for the rush that might happen after. I don't know. I don't think Tyler thought that far ahead in terms of her food prep. And opening a literal restaurant within a fictional.
It's funny because
Tyler, what's Sadie's daily special today?
It's funny because like this isn't me telling you to go check anything out. I have thought of that actually. Like that is not me being like you should go check it out. Like
I think we'll go. I think it would make sense to go.
I know y'all are gonna head there at some point, so I have thought about what is going on.
If my brothers outvote me, we can go to town hall. I'm trying to be more of a team player. I won't be rude, but I would just like to know how does she sleep knowing there's no one enjoying her delicious grits?
What?
Hey,
So
I know that's
maybe,
not
so if I'm honest,
it could be that she has a stand over there.
That's-
Like she could
that's
have
where
grits
I'm
to
at.
go.
that's what I'm thinking is going on. Sadie's an entrepreneur. Sadie's probably out there
is,
selling.
yes. No, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see some
And if
familiar
she's
faces.
not, then we need to check on her immediately after because that's the concern.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
terrifying.
I mean, I could just go run and grab her a cart really quick.
Listen,
like,
and Bond gets very serious and takes both of your hands. I'll take this to my grave if you repeat this to her, but I won't lose a third mom.
Dude.
And he looks so serious, like the most serious he's ever been.
Well, let's keep all this energy as we head to the ceremony hall, where you see Pharrell waiting outside with a couple other of his guard. They're kind of, you actually see as at the door, there's 2 guard, and just inside the door, Pharrell is essentially ushering people in. He is dressed in, he has his armor, but it is clearly done up in like some fancy blacks. You can go ahead and before you approach, if anyone wants to give me an insight check or perception,
really quick. What is the energy?
Well, that's what I was. Before you speak, I'm
15.
asking insight, perception, whatever,
Nat
for the energy of
20.
the.
Nat 20.
I'm gonna stop us at the door, like as we peeked in to see Pharrell or whatever. And as I do this perception check, I got a 15 because I could maybe give us a quick little illusory up if we have to look a little
you
more
as
presentable.
well as the Nat 20 I heard.
Oh, there was? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Carveth?
8.
8? Okay.
I'm thinking about
everyone but
grits.
Carveth. This is actually funny just because I want to do it this way.
Okay.
Carveth, you stroll right in, unaware of the vibe going on here. What do you say to Pharrell?
Oh, what up, P? How's it going?
So you come in with this laissez-faire, what up, P vibe, as Bon and Alandi get the clear vibe that we are at some sort of funeral.
That's exactly.
shit.
As soon as you
God
said it was a
damn.
nice black, I was like, this is a fucking funeral and we need to figure that out now.
And Pharrell immediately is like, Carveth.
Can I dexterity?
Carveth, let's.
No, I'm not even dexterity check. I just fully grab him by his mouth,
Yeah.
like him on
And
some
pull him
motion,
back.
and just and I have a hand at his throat, and I'm just like pulling him out of the room. I'm so sorry.
So I have a question. With my Nat 20, is there any way I could know who the funeral is for? Because I feel like there would be a picture or something.
The role was just for that essentially, because you approach and I think Pharrell can kind of tell Alandi you're, trying to get a good look and you're kind of picking up, as Pharrell says, shit, you guys haven't heard, have you? What you guys? Let's go on and come in. I'm trying not to smile. Sorry, I'm uncomfortable. Sorry, Kyle.
Don't you do this to me.
And he ushers you all into the main area of the hall, and you see this brand new ceremony hall. You see these beautiful vaulted ceilings with intricately painted depictions of various local mythologies on the ceiling. You see the ceilings being held up by ornate pillars. At the end of the hall, you see on a bit of like a stage or an altar, you see King Otto sitting in a large throne, surrounded by some of his guard. He also wears, instead of armor, he wears a neatly pressed black suit and a kingly veil hanging from his crown, obscuring his face. On the other end of the altar, you see a viewing area. It looks like it's an open casket or something, and you can't quite tell who's in it. But there is a large line of people viewing it. You all kind of get the vibe of what's going on, I can tell. And you see, as you walk up, you see up at this stage a knight walking briskly up to King Otto and whispering something to him. and just after that, Otto looks right to the group of you, and you lock eyes. And he walks out to greet you. And you can tell. Sorry, I just looked into Kyle's eyes, and my heart hurts.
It's okay.
And
I don't know who.
Otto kind of walks up to the three of you, and looks to you, Bon. And you kind of both share a knowing glance. And he doesn't
don't
say
words, but I mouth Dahlia.
And as you do, you kind of have a hard time seeing his eyes through this veil that he's wearing, but you see the shine of a tear fall from his eye as you say this.
I pull him into the biggest hug, and he just starts crying with him.
He sobs as you do. Like he was giving everything he could to hold it in, but
I'm good. I'm just like, fuck, man. I something in me when I made the bit about losing a mom.
Dude, you fucking said that 2 seconds ago, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
The premonition I have had in this show is insane. It's a cursed premonition because every time I've guessed something, it's led to something pretty traumatic.
It's been ever since you've interacted with Dahlia, like the fortune teller lady, so I think you might have just gotten real powers.
Fuck. Dude,
true.
What the fuck? You're not even
that's actually kind of crazy. That's actually kind of a good point. Because this is a coincidence. Like, obviously, Kyle
you can
couldn't
only
have
have so
known
many
that
of
that's
those
what
in a
I was
row,
doing
dog.
when he
You
said
can only
that.
have so many of those in a row.
And then I referenced Sadie just because, like, I'm like, and then in the vein of just favorite NPCs, like, and I was thinking about Dahlia, but I didn't want to say anything because I had an idea. Fuck, dude.
God damn.
Oh,
the next time you say shit, I'm taking it 100% serious.
Bro, write it down. Just write it the fuck down and be like, yep, he said it.
Yeah.
So Otto in this embrace says to you, Bon, he doesn't release the embrace for a moment. But he says to you, we need to talk. She left this for you, and you feel him kind of reach back, and he places an envelope in your hand, and he says, open this when you get back to your room later. Bon, I'm giving a eulogy here in a moment, but I'm sure she would have loved if you wanted to say something as well. You don't feel obligated to, but you were, I mean, beside myself, probably the closest to her.
And he's like trying to like compose himself in that moment of just
you have a minute.
I definitely have
I need
something.
to go prepare very quick.
So,
and he scurries off to the stage. You can tell that people are taking their seats, so you have a few minutes. But
I will say, Alandi will walk up to Bon after this. Like, I'm hoping I was close enough to have heard that he was offered a eulogy. Bon, I know that she was very important to you, which is why when I tell you I don't think you should give a eulogy right now, because this is new and fresh and raw.
There are no words that I could even say. I don't know enough.
I think what you can do for her, I
do want to do something.
I think you should sit and watch, and like I caution you to let yourself process your emotions first.
Yes.
As someone who never does that, I recommend you do that.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
Listen, and Bon
it doesn't work out for me a lot.
Like, Bon is being fully serious too. He's like, I understand. Listen, if this, I'm actually starting to get emotional. Fuck you. If this whole journey has taught me anything, It's that we have struggled with grief our entire life. It's hard. And I don't plan on going up and saying anything, but I do. She deserves something. In a way that I can give her a goodbye. The goodbye I couldn't give our father.
I'll help you with whatever you need.
I just need a moment.
I think Carveth is just number one very embarrassed about what the fuck he just did.
I think subconsciously too. Bond's
Yeah.
still been holding your hand like a little, like little kids.
Well, I think Carveth just squeezes your hand tight, and I think he's just gonna whisper, maybe we should go say goodbye first, and then.
And he's just silently is agreeing, just fully nodding. Yes,
and
I have to see her.
And he'll just like gently lead the two of you to go see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pay our respects.
You wait in line, and it's obviously sad. You can feel the vibe from everyone in this room. Everyone is affected by this.
Do
even
we
though
spot any of our comrades?
Yes. You see a bit ahead of you in line. You see Sadie viewing the body, and she wipes a tear and continues walking. She kind of notices the three of you, and like you see like surprise on her face. And she just kind of gives you all an affirming nod and finds her seat. Carveth, you see Bloom sitting in a pew, just kind of meditating. It appears he eyes closed, just kind of taking it all in. Alandi, you see Dundai and the other. You see you see a number of people. I mean, you all know these people, but you see Dundai, Jonas, not Johan. Johan is your story. You see all of the prominent members of the Faceless. There's probably a couple missing, but you know, it is what it is. They don't have many connections to this place other than ones they would have made more recently. But you make your way up to the viewing area. Once it's your turn, you see there's a beautiful painting of her standing beside King Otto, who is seated in a throne. And beside that, you see in open casket Dahlia. She is dressed in her weird robes that she is always known for wearing, and they definitely kept her in her like odd aesthetic. You know, they didn't try to, mask anything. And Bond, you kind of, as you approach, you can just feel the lack of presence that normally accompanies her, and you can just feel, not even just see that she's gone, you can feel it as well.
Yeah, I think he lets go of your hand finally, and he just walks over, and he just places a hand on her hand and leans down and places his forehead to hers, and as a tear falls, he's gonna cast at 5th level plant growth, but not the full 8-hour thing, and just where the tear hit her tear line and fell, a tiny vine leads down, and a small sort of necklace of black roses forms around her from that tear line. And
that's awesome.
He kneels down and says a quick prayer to kind of like lock in the freshness, if you will, and lights a few incense and places them.
Kyle, we've been very fast and loose with this, but why don't I want to give you a point of inspiration for this. We've only really done that like one other time when Jeremy gave that really good speech in the underground or in the under Lake Campbell. That's something I want to remember more often.
And like while we're a little bit above game, I don't actually want to say anything because I was not expecting this. I have no words to say.
Yeah.
But when
you
King
don't
Otto,
have to. He was very clear. Like
when King Otto gives his thing or it starts to give his eulogy, though, I'd like to stand beside her casket and play the sitar softly.
Awesome.
Like similar to the lullaby I played at our father's pyre.
Yeah. Awesome. So
Hold on, really quick. I want to have a quiet aside with my other brother while he is doing his thing.
Yeah.
So listen, I thought it would be sweet if I put a fresh change liquor on both of her eyes to like carry her on to the next life, but I'm worried that might not go over well. What do you think? Do it? Don't do it? I've got him ready. It's sentimental to me.
Yeah, but I don't think it's about us. Wait, I don't think it's really about us, though. You know, like. So
you're saying don't do it?
No,
Okay, no. You good? Listen, this is why I asked. This is why I asked. I wasn't sure. This is why I asked.
I definitely appreciate the thought. You know, for her, like I think your heart's in the right place. You know, maybe in like a little pocket, if you could, you know, roguely sneak one in like a pocket.
Oh, okay, I like that. That way I get it, but it's not. That's smart.
Yeah.
I immediately approached.
It's just between.
Thank God, a very high roll.
Because it's a 3rd level spell, and I don't think I can do it any higher. But
you sneak a piece of candy in her pocket.
A 21. I put a candy in her pocket to take
Does she
with her
notice?
To the afterlife.
Insight check.
Does she notice? No.
Insight check.
You know, it's a critical hit on her pocket.
It was more to see if anyone else noticed. Listen, the change liquors are sentimental to Alandi.
They're all distracted. They're all distracted by despair and grief.
Suckers.
So the 3 or the 5 of you, because Jamiroquai and Gareth similarly pay their respects. The 5 of you find a seat near Sadie, and King Otto gets up and begins to speak. And he says, Dahlia was the most loyal and loving person I've ever known. I know that I'm not alone when I say this, but my life has been forever irrevocably changed for the better, just by her mere presence in it. Her sacrifice will echo down the annals of time for millennia, and I swear that we will not fail you. I've asked Bontavius to come up here and join me on the stage. He and Dahlia had grown very close in recent days, and she believed that he and his brothers would be the key to stop what's coming. So, Bon, if you'll come and join me up here, we'd all love to hear you pay your respects to our beloved Oracle.
And he plays that one song on sitar that's like, ooh, baby, I love your way.
Oh my God.
I want to be with you night and day.
I love that.
And it's like really, really somber. And no one hears him say this, but he does whisper.
He plays Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want the world to see.
Alandi uses his fire powers to make a small flame to wave in the air.
You know what he plays?
Oh, wow.
He plays Drops of Jupiter by Train on sitar.
Oh my God, no,
That's
damn.
what he plays. Tell
Hell
me
she's back in the
atmosphere. Drops of Jupiter in her head. And he's like sobbing. And no one hears him whisper this, but he's like, you were like the cool big sister I never had.
As the funeral begins to wrap up, you you hear an usher come up onto the stage and offers everyone free drinks in the mess hall. They're essentially going to have a party. Yeah. They're going to have a party after to celebrate.
After a lot of grief.
That's the way you should do it.
Yeah.
Here, man.
Where's the crawfish at? Am I right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Literally crawfish and beer and hard liquor. And all your family, extended family.
The 3 of you are approached by Pharrell as the crowd is beginning to disperse. And he says, get some rest, grab some food. Tonight we're meeting in the barracks to discuss what's going on.
Has like a moment where he just puts a hand on Pharrell's chest. Pharrell, it's not your fault. Pharrell, it's not your fault.
Don't you fucking do this to me, man.
Pharrell, listen, I know you're thinking you could have done more. You are
fucking
the
do this to
guard.
me,
You are
man.
the king of you're the Knight's Guard. Captain, it's not your fault.
You don't have. Who gives you the right to do this to me, man?
Pharrell, you don't have to carry that weight, Pharrell. It's not your fault. Come here, man.
I loved her.
I know. And he just has this moment, like secretly on the slick. Him and Pharrell have gotten real tight because of his dating Garrett. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's like, I know. He's just like huge Pharrell down on his shoulder, just patting his back. I know. That's all. I just needed to have a masculine release there, you know?
Yeah. So, the plan is for everyone to meet in the barracks later that night to discuss what's going on. So you can all go grab some food, chat with whoever you want, or Bon, you can use this opportunity if you would like to find a quiet place to open this note, or you can save it for a little later if you want. Whatever you would like to do.
I want to sneak away to her fucking patchouli smelling bead curtain hidden witch's den, and I want to lay on her big water bed that she definitely has. It's canon. She had a
you do that. You do that. You push through the bead door, and that patchouli hits you well halfway up the hallway. And it is comforting, and it almost, for a minute, is like kind of relieves all of the anxiety, even just for a moment.
Yep.
You know?
And Bont hasn't addressed this in front of everybody, but as soon as he's passed the bead curtains away from everybody, he kind of doubles over before doing anything else in extreme pain because of the still, as he moves his hand, wet wound in his abdomen.
Yeah.
And I don't think he cartoonishly coughs up blood or anything, but there's like the water staining on the bandages.
Yeah.
But he's kind of pushes through it.
For sure. And you reel over and you kind of see that you're alone, and being alone in this room is weird for sure. Not weird in like it feels like an invasion of privacy necessarily. It does kind of feel like an invasion of privacy.
No, I was gonna say
like,
it's an invasion of privacy, but like a little sibling invading their older sibling's privacy space. Because I was gonna make the joke too, just for more levity's sake. He goes to the tiny box she has on the top shelf and he gets her weed out. He smokes a little bit of her weed.
You definitely
puts on some
of her
records.
weed. You definitely smoke some of her weed. It was usually offered to you when you would come around.
Oh damn! I made the wrong friends.
But
fully puts
Dahlia has the good stuff.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm fully picturing like he puts on like her equivalent of like music, or like maybe even light some of her incense before, just like to. He just wants to soak into that. Literally Sade or SZA, one of the two. And he's just he just lays on the bed and he just like just breathes in for a moment. And he's holding the letter now, but he's not opened it.
Okay.
He's
well, why don't you give me, unless you are this much trying not to, why don't you give me an investigation check, just like your feeling of the envelope, because there's something that feels interesting inside.
Ooh, okie dokie. No,
a pipe bomb.
Not bad, not good. 13.
13? It feels like there's a coin inside.
Yeah, I think carefully, because he's going to preserve this shit, scrapbook type shit.
Yeah.
Takes like, is it wax sealed? Like describe this envelope, baby.
Yeah, so it is a white envelope. It says Bon on the front, and it is very clearly not Dahlia's handwriting. It is very clearly Pharrell's handwriting because it's messy. The N is backwards. That's not his specialty.
We love a dyslexic king.
Yeah. But there you do see on the other side the king's seal. On
fully
it.
Just like coke nail out.
Yeah.
Peels the seal.
You pop the seal off very carefully, and you see a silver. No, it's more of a black coin on the inside. you pull this coin out of the envelope, and it is this like inky black shiny coin. It is pristine. On the front of it, you see this ornate symbol of an eye, but the eye also has some features of a clock, like the ticks around the edges and arrows on it. Why don't you give me a religion check to see if you recognize this symbol?
Could I instead counter offer identify?
Oh.
Yeah. You have identify?
I certainly do, good sir.
What does identify say again?
As soon as I get to it, my brother, I'll tell you. You choose one object, and you must touch throughout casting the spell. If it's a magic item or some other magic is imbued to the object, you learn its properties, how to use them, whether or not it requires attunement to use, how many charges it has. You learn whether or not any spells are affecting the item, what they are, and if the item was created by a spell, or you learn what spell created it.
Okay, so that doesn't... I still need...
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to see.
So I still need the religion check, but do you want to do that? Because there's other information you can get.
No,
Okay.
absolutely. I'm going to do that in tandem with the religion check.
So...
pressed the wrong button. I did persuasion.
So with that, you learn that this coin has had... It is not a magic item, but it has had some magic shit done to it. You can tell that... likely Dahlia put some sort of vision-y stuff on this.
Yeah, I was going to ask too before I did that, the eye, was it similar to the eye that happens when we cast our little...
No.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Give me the religion check.
Yeah, the religion check is 17, my brother.
Beautiful. You recognize this symbol to be the symbol or sigil or whatever for... And this is something I just came up with.
No, fuck yeah. Go.
Flavor, Flay hyphen Vore, the god of time and fate.
Tyler.
Yeah.
Tyler. I'm not even saying anything else. That is... Tyler, that's double chef's kiss. That's good. That is lore. That... Hell yeah. Anyway... Continue. I got the fucking eye of flavor. I like that a lot.
So, yeah. So it's the symbol is an eye with like a clock.
Yeah.
And you so you recognize that this you recognize where the symbol comes from and that it has some sort of vision-y stuff. Do you want to go ahead and do the whole thing, the whole rigmarole?
Do I flip it or something? Because that'd be cool as fuck. Because
you can try.
Yeah, he's gonna put it on his thumb and flip it and say, "Yeah, boy."
Was it heads or tails? Roll a d6.
Oh, I have an actual quarter in front of me. If you want.
Oh yeah, heads or tails.
I caught that shit in the air.
Nice.
Tails.
Oh, you died.
Damn.
No.
Why do our people always die off camera?
No, he was on camera. Y'all are off.
That's why he lives.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
This was a Sopranos cut to black when he flipped the coin.
Yeah, right. But so you focus your mind on this coin like you've done a million times with all of these other visions, and you
Girl, put your
find yourself
on. He's chanting the prayer they always.
you open your eyes after a moment and see yourself sitting cross-legged on the rug like you normally would with Dahlia, which you were on the bed, as you said, but once you enter this vision, you happen in the room on the rug. And you see just across from you what is empty space. Dahlia sort of phases into the room, and you see her in front of you with a warm smile across her face. And she says, "Hello, Bon. I'm terribly sorry that things have gone the way they have. Trust me, I hadn't expected I'd be here right now either. I almost forgot. I this is a pre-recorded message, so if you're trying to talk to me, I can't hear you.
Fool me once, shame on me.
I don't really know how any of this works. It all sounds made up, like some guy just came up with it, but, anyways... I expected you to try to say something to her earlier and you didn't, but I'm not gonna pretend I didn't write all that in there.
No, that's fine. That's good. Go for it.
I think
he's too true. In he wants it to be able to be talked, but he knew.
He knew that it wasn't.
He didn't want to break his own heart.
Yeah. Anyways, I felt an ill omen fall over the land soon after your departure to the Forlorn Forest. I spent sleepless nights searching for answers to no avail, when finally I struck a deal with the flayed timekeeper. In exchange for my life and service, I have provided you and your kin with visions of the near future. I knew that time was of the essence, and considering you would have never allowed this had I offered the idea up to you, I went ahead and took it upon myself to act. I'm terribly sorry to leave you this way. And for the last thing I'd like to leave you with, the future is not set. If you act accordingly, things can change for the better. Fare thee well, Bon. I will see you once your soul too has passed through the ether into the undying zone. Tell Otto that I love him dearly.
We got our first zone, boys. The Undying Zone. We got our first zone.
New zone unlocked.
I just real quick, just for you boys, I had so much fun writing this because I threw so much just lore building.
I love doing that shit.
The flayed timekeeper is the nickname for Flavor, who is obviously Flavor Flav's, keeping with the hip hop.
Yes,
that's good.
He should be
Flavor Town.
That was a good choice.
Thank you.
Damn.
Dude, Fate and Time.
Mm-hmm.
Fate and Time is good as his dude. I love, and that's, bro. You don't know how crazy ironic that is, because Flavor Flav is going back through a renaissance. He just got some veneers and is changing up his life and is getting remarried again.
Have you seen everything he did for the Olympics? He's been doing some cool stuff. He's also keeping TGI Fridays in business.
Dude, this is so.
Dude, I saw Ruby Tuesday the other day.
I love that so much.
How's that place still?
Yes. Okay.
So. Okay. Yes, so
we gotta get together as a group and write this lore real bad.
Yeah, right. So as she says that, tell Otto I love him dearly, she fades away, and you just kind of slowly open your eyes back in the bed.
I think you said there's some clockworky kind of vibes to it.
No, just the symbol appears like its eye mixed with clock.
I think
it is just a coin.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's all good. I think he takes his thumb and holds the coin between his thumb and index finger and takes his fan. And he's gonna press his thumb to the coin on the end of his fan right below his the teardrop he had installed, and I'm gonna cast Mending and attach the coin to my fan.
Wow,
I love that. That's awesome.
And he just holds it close to his chest for a moment and crumples up the letter. Well, not crumples up the letter because he wants to keep it.
Well, the letter, it was just an envelope.
Yeah, sure. Well, then, yeah, fuck it. I'll fold the envelope up because that's fun, because it's actually a Pharrell relic and he didn't even realize it would be
true.
A 2-for-1 with these things, but this is great. Yeah, I think he gets up after that. He does that sit up thing, forgets he was in the waterbed, and kind of almost falls. Also, he's a little high, so he's a little high and disoriented from having visions, and he kind of just does the stereotypical 90s leaving the house for the one final time and blows out the incense and just kind of goodbye.
That'll be the saddest bead closing sound ever.
True.
But that was the bit. He did the sad goodbye, and then you just hear as he tries to quickly leave out of a bead curtain. That's the most chaotic sound ever. It's so somber and it's so sad. He pulls the incense out. He's like, goodbye.
Bees? No. So you make your way out, and you do you go back to find your brothers? Do you?
Oh yeah.
What?
And he does that like thing when you come back from smoking with your friends during a holiday, where he's like trying too hard not to let them know he's high, and was also crying.
What were the two of you
Insight
doing?
check.
I would be surprised if we were still at the.
I think we would have just been like talking with like Sadie.
So Sadie would have told you guys that they had prepared a bit of a feast for after at Flavortown.
No,
which
yeah,
if y'all had gone to Flavortown, you would have seen that they were prepped for
to be clear,
this.
I kind of assumed that after he left that he would meet back up with us at Flavortown, because I assumed that that would be where
that's what I assumed y'all headed.
That makes sense.
All of the close
yeah.
people like within our group would all be eating.
Actually, before they go, if King Otto is still hanging around saying like, you know, condolency goodbye stuff, I'd like to like take an aside with him just for a second. Nothing crazy.
Yeah. So if the Carveth, you good with that? Y'all going back to Flavortown to meet back up with Bon? Cool. Yeah. So the two of you head that way. Bon, you are able to find King Otto. He's not really like mingling. He's kind of off by himself, you know, just having a drink and, you know, being sad.
I think I'd just like give him a gentle, like sneaky hand over the shoulder. And I'm like, hey,
oh, hey, Bon.
Hey, man.
How are you holding up?
A little better.
Oh,
not obviously. I'm still a mess. You know,
yeah, that's a given. What happened?
I didn't get to say goodbye, but I got to hear her voice one last time.
Did she leave you something?
Just, you know, cryptic wisdom as usual, but that's her whole bag.
That's Dahlia.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, I know you might have to show face for the banquet stuff, but just go visit her room for a second and say a solid goodbye. I know it's harder to look upon her body to say those things, but she's there when you walk in. I know she's not in body or spirit there. She's in the undying zone now. But
you know, I haven't been in her room since.
I know it doesn't seem like it will, but it gave me some closure. Also, between you and me, there's still like half a joint. Just relax.
That's a good point. I am running low.
Yeah, go hang out. I saw also there's
I don't know
a
if
few
I'm
roaches.
comfortable with the king being high.
I
No, it's
love
fine.
it.
Just listen.
I think
go
I'm more
relax.
comfortable.
Go relax for a bit, and then you'll have like an appetite, and maybe be a bit more social. It seems like it's a hybrid. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling talky. You know, but
I think I will go go feel her.
yes, I know it doesn't seem that way, but I can assure you, it feels like she's right there with you. Just speak your piece alone in that room, and I promise you'll feel a little better.
I'll see you in the barracks later, right?
Absolutely.
And he gets up and gives you a hug and walks off.
And
towards...
as I hug him, it's good to see you. Like, because
we
haven't had a genuine moment with this man in so long.
Sure.
And he goes down to Flavortown.
All right, Carveth and Alandi, you are the first to arrive to Flavortown, and you see. I think you kind of walked there with Sadie and helped her get everything ready for the rush that's going to be coming in. And as y'all are kind of finishing up, Bon
More
walks
grits,
in
chef.
and,
More grits. Bon.
and you see a smorgasbord of food ahead of you.
Holy shit. Life could be dream.
Jesus Christ.